Schliz, what schliz? Anyway, let's get into this fucking decoy voice video. What should his punishment be?
In Tokyo, Japan, the Apple Store can just leave out devices worth thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, in America, stores have to lock up $2 snacks behind secured plexiglass. But unfortunately for Japan, we may be exporting our culture of degeneracy, as stealing noodles from a convenience store is pretty much the lowest level of crime that can be committed. But what would you say his punishment should be? Because I legitimately think he needs to receive a 1 million yen fine, 1 year in prison, then immediately be deported from the country at his own expense, as the court system traditionally would see this as petty theft.
Hand his ass over to the Yakuza, let them deal with him.
Broadcasting and encouragement of this behavior should be treated as a drastically different crime, as creating a high-trust society in a city large as Tokyo is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, in this era. And for somebody with a $1,000 smartphone to steal $7 of food for nothing more than social media clout needs to be made an example out of, as the American mind can't comprehend the concept of Tokyo's Apple Store.
All the iPhones displayed aren't attached to any security device. You can literally pick them up and examine them without any restrictions. And this doesn't just apply to iPhones, but the other things in the store like headphones. Like, I could totally just pretend these are mine and walk out, which is crazy. Even their most expensive devices,
the
like
cameras
iPads
won't
and
do
MacBook
anything,
Pros,
right?
are only connected to one thing, which is the charging cable. So you can literally just unplug the devices and pick them up as you please. The absence of security
Why are you
just
showing
goes to
this
show how
shit,
much
dude?
trust and honesty is part of the Japanese culture and society. And although this is obviously ideal, there are certain countries I won't name that I just don't see
America
this possible in.
It was even shocking to the original poster who lives in Japan, but the replies highlight how their local CVS locks up candy. How in America, you need an employee to retrieve the deodorant, and in Walmart, the toothpaste is secure.
Bro, that's why I just started ordering all my shit online, honestly. Try it out. Native, fuck Native, by the way. Fuck Native brand deodorant. That shit fucking gave me a rash. So Native can suck my dick. And that shit is now never going away for some fucking reason. Thanks, Native. Fucking cocksuckers. But, I switched to another brand and I just order all my shit online now, honestly. The only thing I like actually will go to the store for would probably be just fucking pants or some shit. Pants or undies.
By a lock and key. But as TikTok is a global social media platform, some people didn't understand these comments. But to put it simply, liberal cities basically decriminalize stealing from stores. So places like CVS Pharmacy are forced to lock up nearly everything. Or even $2 drinks are only accessible by employees. But that doesn't stop the culture of protecting criminals, as they boldly steal in front of employees. As putting something behind the case doesn't change the fact that stealing things sees nearly zero consequences. And it's not exclusive to CVS, as everywhere thieves casually take whatever they like, while employees look on helplessly. And coming full circle, they snap through security cables in American Apple stores, casually waltzing by police vehicles waiting outside. But what's worse is all these devices are useless when stolen from stores. And that's why hilarious. When an American Chinese girl that lives in Tokyo finds it fascinating when an Apple store can just leave out their $1,000 devices unsecured in the open. As
I don't know why she made a fucking video about it, dude. That's so bad.
But sadly, it doesn't have to be this way. As in Tokyo,
you know these fucking Somali wannabes are gonna go over there and start stealing all this shit for views and whatnot. It's so fucking pathetic, dude.
These Famima stores sit there unattended 24 hours a day. With 0 employees, customers are just trusted to pick out whatever they want, then ring themselves up at these self-service counters. But unfortunately for us, that Famima I used to go to in Los Angeles had closed, and the Japanese company actually shut down all their stores back in 2015 to focus on Asia. So I wonder what the real reason was and why they decided to deport the states, as I remember the Famimas both in Culver City and Santa Monica constantly being busy, but for some unknown reason, they still couldn't turn a profit.
We know
as
exactly
self-checkout systems simply can't exist in American liberal cities. even though they operate twice as fast with a tiny fraction of the labor costs. Apparently 15% of people openly admit to stealing at them, which in reality is likely
so easy too.
Self-checkouts everywhere had to close down due to theft. So self-checkouts are the new shopping carts in the street. As 10 years ago, you could always see if you were in a bad part of the city if you randomly saw shopping carts in the streets, residential areas, or anywhere they don't belong.
The nearest Target to me is like 10 fucking minutes away driving. Like 15 to 20 minutes away driving from my house. Literally down the street, I saw a fucking Target cart and I was like, bruh. This was when I was working at Target. Fuck Target, dude. Fuck Target. Management is ass. Fucking treat you like shit. They'll change your schedule without even giving you a fucking notice and whatnot. They'll shit on your hours. They won't give you full time because then they have to give you benefits. So they'll always keep you at part-time hours. So stupid, dude. Overemployed, overworked, understaffed. It's so stupid, man. Shit's always missing.
But now, you can actually gauge your safety based on if the grocery store still has their self-checkout lanes. Because they're beneficial for the companies, convenient for the customers, but only if it's located in a high-trust society. As sadly, the concept of a cashierless store existed back in 2016, but could never get off the ground in America due to our inability to be law-abiding citizens. And now it appears we may be exporting that culture of criminality to Japan.
Dude. Yo, mob mentality is about to start coming to Japan. Honestly,
and again, stealing cereal,
beating these
noodles,
fucking
and eggs
people,
doesn't seem like a huge deal, but he's not robbing Japan of a meal, he's robbing them of trust. As a quiet town of villagers can all leave their doors unlocked no matter what the city size, but all it takes to end the illusion of safety is one shady person stealing stuff that isn't theirs. So Japan can make
I don't want to point fingers, but what was his skin tone again?
Overhead costs and providing a cheaper and more efficient shopping experience.
I'll never catch a
one
Mexican
idiot
doing
making a
this fucking
TikTok
shit.
can reverse all of that as a social media algorithms are programmed to create copycats. As whenever low-trust societies encounter high-trust societies, idiots online take it upon themselves to ruin it for everybody. And these aren't just hypothetical claims either, as these guys apparently saw an emergency sled unattended, then thought it would be funny to just take it. So it's not a race issue, it's a culture issue. As we don't divide people by color, it's just the takers versus the makers. And the makers can never make something that
But it's weird, because the takers are always a certain skin
tone.
tone.
As I think of those little Japanese delivery robots, autonomously delivering food so humans don't have
Just saying, stereotypes are there for a reason. Stereotypes are based on some truth.
Eliminates mundane jobs like delivery or cashiers. But in America,
Russia?
people just see it as another opportunity to take. I know it sounds hyperbolic, but these idiots are actually holding back humanity. As imagine if America was a high-trust society. Back in 2016, we would have had cashierless stores. And nearly a decade later to today, I could only think of the new conveniences they could have developed in the retail world.
This country. I want to move out of here
They had to revert back to cashiers and increase security like the Wild West. Because what? American Democrats decided to side with the takers over the makers. And that's why I think Japan needs to come down hard on that convenience store crook, as that social media post will multiply your problems. As remember when Johnny Somali started messing with Japan for internet clout? They arrested him, but quickly let him go with just a slap on the wrist.
Stupid,
and now they got copycats all across their country doing similar nonsense. Compared to when Johnny tried to do the same stuff in South Korea, their citizens started to beat him whenever he live streamed, until he was finally arrested, being charged.
Japan should take that note from North Korea. They should just start delivering street justice against these fucking pieces of shit, dude. God damn.
With multiple serious crimes,
man.
As apparently they took his passport so he can't leave. They took his phone so he can't stream, making him unable to make any money until his court date, which is 4 months away.
Good luck being homeless. Hope you don't starve.
Nuisance streamers coming to their country, as the justice system isn't so much for rehabilitating criminals as much as it's for discouraging future crimes. And the only thing that would go more viral than that guy stealing snacks from Japan is him getting a 60-year prison sentence over stealing snacks from Japan, as people would probably start paying for stuff they didn't take just to be safe. So if you appreciate my concise, light-order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how Japan...
I'm heated. I want to call them names. I want to call that dude a